viewers, welcome to class online. Today we are going to be learning literature in English, and we are going to be taking a very important poem, a poem written by one Ghanaian author known as Birago Diop, and the title of the poem is Vanity. First of all, the subject is literature in English. And like I said earlier, viewers, the title of the poem is Vanity by Birago Diop. I know the title of the poem will raise some consciousness in your mind, viewers. Most of us want to juggle our mind and ask ourselves, why would the poet give the poem Vanity? Why Vanity? What is vanity? First of all, let's look at the background to which the poem was written. The poem centers on the choices of career. It's about a particular man known as James Ofosu. He has two children. Now he wanted one to be a doctor and the other one a lawyer. He had his own career choice and path for them in mind. But unfortunately for him, and at the same time fortunately for him, the children had something else in mind. Now, the father being a very good father, so to speak, already had mentors that he wanted to groom his children in these various fields that he wanted them to take. Now he has a friend known as Lawyer Bono. Lawyer Bono was a very close friend of Mr. James Ofosu. He ran a law chamber, and then James Ofosu was looking at sending his daughter, Mena, to go and work at the law chamber in order for her to have the preliminary idea of what the law profession is before she goes to the university. But on the other hand, Mena wanted to be a dancer. The son wanted to be an artist. They have different things in mind that they wanted to do with their lives, but their father had something else for them. But at the climax of the poem, we now saw that the man came to the realization that the choices of what they wanted to do in life were in the hands of the children, not in his own hands to decide. And at the end of the day, he had to allow them to follow their choices. This is just the background to the poem. Now, let's look at some of the poetic devices that were employed by this poet in bringing to life this very lovely poem. One among them is repetition, and we all know what repetition is. Repetition was a very good poetic device employed by the poet in the constructing of this poem. Now in the first line, it says, "We tell gently, gently, what eyes, what heart, what ear, what hour, what day, if we, what heart, what ear." Now this repetition were used for points of emphasis. If we tell gently, gently, that was the first line in the poem. Then another poetic device that was also employed by this poet is rhetorical question. Rhetorical question. Of course, we know the rhetorical question is a question that does not deserve an answer. It's self-explanatory. The first one was, who indeed will hear them without laughter? What eyes will watch our large mouth? What heart will listen to our clamoring? In the black depth of our plaintive throats, what ear to our sobbing hearts? Now these are some of the rhetorical questions that were used in the poem. Then euphemism is another poetic device employed by the poet. Now we all know what euphemism is. Euphemism is simply something that is unpleasant, something we know that is unpleasant. You now say it in a pleasant way. That is what euphemism is. And a line from the poem that shows that figure of speech is, who then will hear our voices without laughter? Who then will hear our voices without laughter? Then the poet also made use of the poetic device oxymoron. Oxymoron is also a poetic device in which we place two contrasting ideas side by side. Now what ear to our pitiful anger? We know when somebody is angry, very very angry, it is difficult for the person to listen to what you are saying. So now he places anger and listening together to have what ear to our pitiful anger, and to their cries, to their wild appeals. Somebody is crying, the person is appealing, but yet the person, somebody that is supposed to listen to him, is angry. So he plays these two contrasting ideas side by side. And also, he also used simile, another figure of speech, in one of the lines when he said, which grows in us like a tumor. And when we understand that simile is the contrasting of ideas with words such as and like. And then he also made use of metaphor when he said, if we cry roughly to our torment. If we cry roughly to our torment. Then lastly, the first line we talked about repetition. If we tear gently, gently. Now that is also another poetic device known as alliteration. And we understand that alliteration is a constant repetition of consonant sound. Now let's write it out so we will understand clearly what was being alliterated by the poet. If we weep gently, gently. Now viewers, you will agree with me that gently, gently was being alliterated by the poet in this line. And we said it's a constant repetition of consonant sounds. Li, li. These are consonant sounds that were used repeatedly by the poet to drive his point home in the poet. So the choice of language of the poet focuses on making us understand the vanity, yes, the vanity of making people pursue what they are not supposed to pursue because you want to put your own choice, you want to enforce your own choice on them. Like we said earlier from our introduction, that the poet was looking at the background of a man who had 2 children, but who wanted a different career path for them. He wanted to carve his own career path for them, whereas the children had something else in mind they wanted to do. But at the end of the day, we saw that the man had to concur to his children's ideas and allow them to pursue their dreams. So that's what the poem Vanity is all about. And we've come to see some of the language devices that was employed in bringing the points home in the poem. One of them was repetition, rhetorical question, euphemism, oxymoron, simile, metaphor, and alliteration. The poem is actually a very short poem, but the message, the particular message in the poem, is about choice of career, conflict in career, choosing a different career for your children, whereas they have something else in mind. But as God would have it, unfortunately for the children, at the end of the day, the father had to concur, he had to yield to pressure and allow them to do what they wanted to do. Thank you.